This is the
Hey,
next.
people.
Hello, people from Kabalsack. This is the next episode of the Combat Pack podcast. How are you doing today, Kabalsack?
I'm doing good.
Awesome. Where the weed at, my friend?
Well, not here because I'm not legal enough.
It
I'm
is.
not old enough to.
It is not old enough or legal in Macedonia for the weed. So a little bit to discuss today, man. There allegedly there was a patch for Mortal Kombat 11. Opening thoughts on the patch, Kabalsack.
For an unannounced patch mid open series, it was good. I liked it.
Oh, okay. You're one of the few that's like, I like this patch. A lot of people angry about the patch. My opening thoughts on the patch are that it's quite inconsequential. It didn't really deal with the meta. It mostly fixed a bunch of bugs. And there were a few balance changes, but they were pretty small and not really like meta defining or meta rearranging. It was just like, here's a little thing. How you like that? What do you think about it?
Obviously, it was inconsequential. I mean, we're in open series right now, so I don't think they're gonna make a huge patch that makes Shao Kahn top one and Jackie bottom one.
I wouldn't want that to happen anyways. Like, I think just the way the game is designed, like, certain characters are just not going to be good without making them broken. And I feel like the top tiers are the characters that are the closest to good without being broken. And that's why they're top tier. But if you look at, like, some of the other characters' designs, like, you know, if Scarlet had stronger offense and more stronger zoning, like, she'd be kind of broken. She's a quasi-zoner with a heal. Like, and that heal is universal. That shit is cheap in fighting games. People don't realize, like, yo, if Scarlet could do bigger damage or zone better and heal, like, think about a healing zoner. That just sounds cheap. But they made Scarlet kind of, you know, have some pretty obvious weaknesses that counteract that cheapness. And I would rather she keep her same game plan and play style than lose all of that to be able to function like Jackie. Like, I'd rather characters be different. I've said that from the start.
Well, yeah. I was obviously over exaggerating, but going off of what you said, it seems like the community is fine with the top tiers, at the power level of the top tiers. Like, they don't want MK9 sorts of dumb shit from Cyrax, like one hit KO from a mid command grab or whatever it was.
Well, he had an
And
80% reset. So it wasn't a one-hit KO. It was a two-hit KO. But, yeah, after that first hit, it was kind of hard to make a comeback.
not to mention, didn't he have like huge chip in MK9? Or am I imagining things?
He had okay chip. Like, he wasn't really, like, looking for chip damage. It was mostly, like, he had good chip damage, but that wasn't what made him good. It was just like he had that as well. You know, it's like, oh, on top of the 80% reset, he also can do massive chip.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
But, like, I don't know. And that brings me to something that I saw, like, in the comments for YouTube. Somebody commented on one of the last videos I posted, and they're like, oh, yeah, zoning in MK11 is stupid, because I posted that video talking shit about zoners. So I expected some pushback. But somebody was like, yeah, zoning in MK11 is stupid. They should make it go back to MK9. And I'm like, did you play MK9? Because that game's zoning is far worse than this one. Like, it's not even a question how bad the zoning is in MK9 versus 11. Like, it's not even close, dude. Like, Cabal could lock you down with nothing but air fireballs. Like, Kenshi literally, like, he was Cetrion, but with mix-ups and bigger damage. Like, he just locked you down in the mid-range, and there was nothing you could do. You were just stuck, and he would just zone you mid-range, mid-screen zoning, and if he ever landed a touch, that was like half your health. You know, the zoning in this game is boring, but I don't know that it's bad. Like in the sense that like it's obnoxious. It's just kind of boring.
Yeah, I get you. I get you. The only character I can kind of consider that was good in terms of zoning was Reptile, but then again, he wasn't even zoning. It was Rushdown. You just had the slow and fast force ball that you could lock people down with.
Well, Reptile was. I looked at Reptile as kind of like Melina or Rain in this game, in that he's kind of in MK9. He was like a hit and run character, right? He would rush in. Like he had mix, but his movement, his backdash, and his command dash were so good that he could get in and out. Like it's like Melina and Rain.
That shit gives me fucking PTSD.
What, Reptile in MK9 gives you PTSD?
Yeah, dude, fucking 6-frame command dash.
Yeah, that shit was good. That shit was really good. I thought that was cool. I thought that made him play different. If he comes back in MK11 as DLC, like I hope he has like that as a core move, like his command dash. Because no one else does that, so like he'd be different.
Good. Like it was just so horrible to fight against. It was like 6 frames and 0 recovery.
Something
also
like
having
that.
Q back frame.
Well, what was cool about it is that he had a lot of strings that could be special canceled, that he could continue combos meterlessly off of that thing. So like it just made him really fucking exciting to watch. Like Reptile was a lot of fun to watch in MK9, more so than X. I thought he was kind of boring in X because like X was, it was just fucking run in 50-50. And like in a game where everybody had a run, like Reptile's dash kind of was redundant. It was like, okay, he's got a dash, but like everybody runs. So, and you could run cancel strings. So basically everybody in X was Reptile.
Have you seen the ESL from Mortal Kombat X? That Pro Summer versus Costa?
Yeah, I
That
watched.
shit was hype as fuck if you were a Reptile fan. Dude did 50%. He had a fucking little buddy force ball, went full screen with it, and then comboed off it in the corner for like big damage.
Yeah.
Not to mention the full corner carry he did.
See, you used to be able to do stuff like that. Like, I kind of agree with a lot of people that MK11 doesn't allow that much There's still creativity, but it's not as creative as it was in X. The only problem was X just had dumbass mind games. Whereas this game, like, it's not dumb in like the neutral, and like your rush down has to be less stupid. You have to be smarter about rush down, smarter. Yeah, you have to play 11 smarter, but you can't be as like improvisational. Like, oh, this hit, so I can convert into this and this and this and this. Like, it's kind of like, all right, well, like here's your combo. This is what it is. Like that's your B&B, and that's it.
Yeah.
But like
some characters are just optimal combos, like with Jax. Like his combos are kind of a back unless you get to the corner.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, the combos are what they are. Back on the subject of the patch, though, I think we should kind of cover what was in the patch for people. So as far as the general changes, they fixed a bunch of bugs, which is good. But the main changes.
A bunch of,
What's that? You were breaking up, dude.
I started wanting to say the patches, but then you continue, so it was good.
Go ahead.
That's all. So what they did mainly as a catch-all in a nutshell, Shao Kahn got 50 extra HP from 1,050 to 1,100. Kotal Khan got semi-nerfed, where his health got to 1,050 while he was buffed, and his command, his
disc,
amplify
right?
no longer available in 44. I think that's what happened. Actually, no, it is 4-4. And that's about it. And and Robocop got 50 extra HP with up to whipping issues being fixed.
Yeah. So that's the big boys.
Yeah.
What's that with Devora? Go ahead.
Devora had a small patch, but it was so small I barely remember it. I think it was just a bug fix, anyways.
Literally. Haha.
Nice.
Literally a bug fix. Go
For
on.
those who play Rambo and notice the back one whiffing issues on Johnny, those are fixed now, and I don't think there are any more whiffing issues with back one. So it should be free to use against Johnny Cage, and that matchup goes from a 6-4 to a 5-5, I believe.
I could see that. I could see that. The big change with Rambo and Molina, though, everybody's considering it a nerf, but I consider it a buff. And it was talked about on Rio's podcast, right? So Rambo and Molina have that certain moves where they kind of like jump, and now those moves are considered airborne status, which a lot of people are thinking is a nerf because they're like, oh, now that it's airborne, that means it's harder to get that crushing blow grab. But I actually saw it as a buff because now that they're in an airborne state, it makes them low crush stuff a lot easier, right? So Molina's forward four, where she does a little flip kick into an overhead, like it looks like she's jumping in the air, and now it counts as her jumping in the air, so you can actually use that to blow up pokes, which is one of her weaknesses, right? Down fours, like long range low pokes, are a problem for Molina. And now she can kind of go over those. And same thing with Rambo. Like, he can do his drop kick, and it will beat certain low pokes, like down threes and stuff. I see that as a buff. Like, yeah, you lose the crushing blow grab is a little bit harder to land, but it's not like you were landing that thing every match. Like, it was kind of one of the harder crushing blows to land with those characters. And I would rather have the more consistency of, I know you're going to do a low poke, and now I have this move specifically to counter it. Like, that to me is a bigger bonus than like, oh, I get to, land this one grab every now and then.
With Rambo, I see it as a nerf. With Molina, I see it as a buff. Because with Rambo, I don't use forward 4 a lot. When I do, it's just mainly after I falsely read a breakaway after jump into forward 4. Then I kind of fish for the crushing blow. Maybe I'm going to go for the crushing blow. Maybe I'm just going to go for a down 3 or something, or a forward 1.
Yeah, but think about it this way, though. Now that it will or low crush.
I know what you're going to say.
Go ahead.
But it having frames in the air does low crush people, and it also, when he gets hit, he's in the air, so it's harder to combo off.
Yeah, I mean, you're saying you don't use it that much, but I'm saying maybe you'll use it more. Like, maybe you'll find more utility out of that thing if, because of the changes to it. I see it as a buff. Everybody else sees it as a nerf, but I see it as a buff. It's a buff to defense, too. That's a big deal for me because everybody complains that this game is all offense, and then they buffed defense. You can use this as a defensive move now. Or use those moves. Because isn't it Rambo's forward 4 and his back 4? His back 4 looks like a drop kick too. It's just a low one. Like, they have a similar animation. So, like, his sweep got buffed because now his sweep will low crush certain pokes. I wonder if his sweep beats, Kung Lao's down 3 and shit like that.
Wait, I'm gonna check real quick if it was actually back 4 or down 4.
Well, I know it was just certain moves that he left the ground to do. I think like down 4 is the one that looks like a drop kick, right?
Yeah. Down 4 is a low drop kick.
Yeah, I think that one counts now, but he doesn't jump really all that high, so it's not like he's gonna blow up a lot of pokes with it. But
I get you.
I see this as a net positive. If I were a Rambo player, I would be kind of excited. As a Molina player, I was pretty excited because I was like, hey, there's a lot of fucking situations where I'm eating down 4s, and now, it's not guaranteed, but at least I have the option of doing forward 4 and it maybe catching it, Like, I don't know. I see that as a bonus. That's just me, though. So, your mileage may vary. Are you still looking at those patch notes?
I'm trying to find them. Can't find them. That's all.
Right. Well, moving on while you do that then. The other big ones was, so we talked about the low crush. We talked about the big bodies getting their health. RoboCop getting more health, I don't think changes that his matchup that much. It's just kind of nice, you know. Next time you win with a sliver of health, just know that you wouldn't have without that health buff. And Shao Kahn getting a little bit more health. A lot of people are complaining about that though. They're saying that it's too small of a fix. They're like, Shao Kahn getting more health, RoboCop getting more health doesn't make them suck less. And like, yeah, I agree. They still kind of suck, but I liked this patch. I really did. I thought it was really a really good patch because, and a lot of people are shitting on it because they didn't change much. But I honestly liked it because they didn't change much. Like, I don't know. I think maybe just get good. Like, there are matchups I hate fighting. I hate fighting Fujin. I hate fighting Cetrion. But, like, I'm always defaulting more towards don't change shit too much and let the game rock. We just got customs. Like, yeah, okay, there are customs that are pretty stupid. But we just got customs. You know, we haven't fully explored everything. People are still finding tech. Like, do we really want to be nerfing and buffing things right now? Like, if somebody finds some broken shit with, like, you know, Scarlet or Shao Kahn, and we went and nerfed all the top tiers, like, okay, it's not likely to find anything with Shao Kahn, but I'm just saying, like, if somebody did and the top tiers were nerfed, how are we supposed to fight this new top tier?
I doubt that.
I mean, I doubt that they'll find anything broken with Shao Kahn, but, like, I mean, look at the characters that are just on the cusp of, like people didn't realize how stupid Shiva was at the tournament level. Everybody kind of saw it as, like, online gimmicks until somebody fucking wrecked people in tournament with it. So, like, to me, okay, like, if they had put out a patch before that nerfed, you know, Jackie and Cetrion,
Yeah,
Shiva would have been a bigger problem than she is now.
they actually buffed him.
Buffed who?
Buffed Shield. The Stomp. They made it a lot harder to escape.
Really? I thought they made it easier. Let's touch on the Shiva changes. So they made her Dragon Stance have two more startup frames.
Patch. I mean the ultimate patch.
Oh, yeah.
The ultimate patch.
Yeah, they did buff her in the ultimate patch. Well, they gave her Dragon Stance. That alone was like, that was enough. Dragon Stance is fucking stupid. I've said that before. Her problem isn't her stomp. The problem is that she has Dragon Stance for one slot, and that gives her like 50 fucking moves. And everybody else who has a stance like has to spend pretty much 2 slots for it, except Liu Kang, who doesn't get that much out of his stances. Like, Liu Kang gets like kind of like a bootleg mix, and that's it. Whereas Shiva, like, she gets mix up, she gets cancels, she gets fucking zoning, she gets combo damage. If you just do string into fucking stance and hit them with all the fireballs, that shit hits hard. Like, it's a catch-all thing. Like, I think if stance, that Dragon Stance either should be like a default base move, and that's just how Shiva is, and she's balanced around it, or it should be a 2-slot move in that if you're going to take that thing, like, you're going to have to sacrifice a lot of shit for it.
I called Dragon Stance out. I fucking said that move was fucking broken like a month before customs were announced.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like,
no one even fucking looked at that shit. Like, it got some people commenting, like the Peddling Panda. If you don't know him, he's a pretty good streamer / YouTuber right now. He commented saying the customs were never gonna come, so why should they even focus on that shit? Like, and now they're out, and it's fucking broken. People are complaining about it everywhere.
Yeah, I think that Shiva's Dragon Stance was something that a lot of people slept on. But I mean, you just look at, like, in a game that's all about like picking your moves. Like, Shiva gets a whole, how many things can she do out of that? Like 15 moves or something? Like, it's ridiculous. Like, she has an entire command list for one slot. And I'm like, how is this one slot? Like, why is this by itself only one slot? Like, everybody else that has a stance that gives them that much utility, like they gotta fucking spend 2 slots for it, you know?
There isn't even a stance that has that much utility.
Yeah.
Everything else is just an ability, like Jackie's leap or Garrus's launch.
Well, no, Great Kung Lao stance is similar, but it costs 2 bars or 2 slots. It's a 2-slot move, but it does have a lot of shit to it. Like you got cancels, you got different moves out of it. Katana, isn't Highborn stance 2 slots too? Like, and Highborn stance isn't even nearly as good as Dragon stance.
Oh, there are so many moves that are nearly as good as Dragon stance, like Baraka.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, like, other characters that have a stance that they can equip, it's usually 2 slots and it doesn't have 15 moves. That to me is the problem with Shiva. But I mean, as it's going for the patch, I mean, what they did with Shiva, pretty much they just added 2 frames here and there, right? So the Dragon stance starts up in 2 frames longer. Like it has a longer startup by 2 frames, so it's interruptible, like you can poke it. And that wasn't really the big complaint about Dragon stance, was her using it in pressure. It was really good in pressure. Now you can poke out of it and punish her. But like the problem with it was in conjunction with the stomp, and that she could be full screen and keep you out and then stomp you and then go back to full screen and zone you and stomp you. And now the stomp as well got nerfed. She's up in the air for 2 frames longer, so it's slightly easier to dash out and punish, but like I don't think that changes it too much. Like it's still not that easy to punish online, and it's still kind of an asshole move. So I feel like the nerfs to Shiva weren't really that significant. They don't really change her. They don't change her or the matchup that much, but I also don't have a problem with it. I don't think Shiva is really that big of a deal. I know people don't like fighting her. It's kind of annoying, but I don't think she's that good. I think she's top tier, but she's not nearly as cheap as like Jackie or Cetrion or Fujin. I think Jackie, Cetrion, and Fujin are like way worse than Shiva. Like Shiva is like
the top.
What's that? Go ahead.
The top tiers in this game just abuse the fucking customs. Like, Fujin, are you kidding me? You're giving him meterless combos that deal 30%, while also having a back to and forward 3, and also having meter that's safe on certain characters, like Aaron, meterlessly.
Yeah.
And then give him back. That's just mad broke.
Well, I mean, Fujin is like a whole other thing. He's like a whole other discussion. Because fuck that character. Fuck that character.
Yeah, the slot systems in this game just suck ass. The only, like, Kitana's Dini and Fate or whatever it's called, how is that 2 slots? How is Kotal's command grab 1 slot while Baraka's command grab that's almost reactable? Like, it's so close to being reactable that's insane. That you can fuzzy it after everything. You can't use it anywhere. And
yeah,
it's 2
but
slots. Why? Because of range and ticks? They
yeah.
all are fuzzy blockable?
Yeah. Like, Baraka's command grab is a lot. I think it's cheaper than Kotal's. Kotal has to earn the neutral to get into where he can do his command grab, whereas Baraka can do it from mid-screen, where he's also probably spamming fucking blade sparks. I think Baraka's command grab...
Why are you blocking there?
You should be blocking and taking that, like, because you're going to be eating fucking blade sparks, and he's got charge. He's got all kinds of shit he can do to where you would want to be blocking.
Charge conflicts with command grab. You can't have those 2 together.
But he's got Baraka Zerker. Like, he has shit that he can do.
Baraka Zerker is nowhere near the range of back forward 2. It takes him 2 slashes to get in the range of back forward 2, so you can react back to Baraka Zerker.
Okay, but you would still be defensing. You would still be defaulting to a block just in case at that range, just in case you want to catch it. Like, it's still... I think Baraka's grab needs to be 2 slots. If he had that thing plus gutted, I don't know that I would want to fight that character. I gotta be honest. I would not want to fight Baraka that had that command grab and gutted. That would be irritating as fuck. If they were gonna do that though, if they gave Baraka command grab and gutted, I think he would instantly be top tier and instantly be able to compete with like Jackie and Cetrion and whatnot. Fuck
no. With his
Fuck
movement,
yeah, dude. You could whiff punish with fucking command grab and then get fucking free Oki. And, like, if you got a touch, you had gutted. Like, he would be a rush down monster. I think he'd still probably struggle against Jackie. But, like, dude, Cetrion, he'd fucking eat that bitch up. Like, all you have to do is.
command grab plus gutted doesn't take away from his horrible movement, from his horrible defense, or from his horrible range.
Don't need good movement. Command grab has range. He doesn't need movement. Doesn't need movement. He's got zoning and he's got a command grab that leaps half screen. Like, that's all the movement you need. Like, his buttons, it doesn't matter if his buttons are bad because he can grab you from half screen.
I get what you're saying. If the command grab was mid or the projectile was a mid.
Fuck no.
But
oh my God, are you kidding me? We're supposed to be talking about the patch. You want Baraka to have a mid grab that's full screen?
Mid, I'd agree with you. I'm saying if they were mid, I'd agree with you. But as it is, they're high, so you can fuzzy block everything. There isn't a situation where his command grab is good.
No, I think his command grab would be stupid if it was a mid grab. That shit would just be dumb. That shit, like...
Yeah, if it was a mid grab, it would take 3 slots to do anything.
Yeah, I like that shit. Like, I don't even like Garrus having a mid grab that's like, and it's half the range of Baraka's. Garrus's doesn't even reach that far, and I don't like that his is a mid grab. His should be a high. His should be a high with the range that it has. I don't know why his is a mid, and then like Kano, his is a high when you consider, or like Nightwolf.
Oh,
like, you look at Nightwolf and Kano and their grabs, they have to get in to do them.
If Kano's was a mid, are you kidding me? There will be no reason not to spam it after 2-4. You can't whiff on a jump.
Right? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know about Baraka having a mid grab. I don't know about that. I would rather Baraka just have a decent mid. Period.
I said I'd agree with you if it was a mid.
Oh, okay.
But it's the high, so everything is fuzzy blockable.
But
or
see,
if you want to, that's fuzzy block. It's actually alwaysable when you get a full combo.
But see, that goes to the issue that I'm kind of like talking about with like the balance, in that the balance, I feel like the balance is fine. Like, yeah, like Baraka fighting fucking Jackie is kind of fucking cancer, right? It's kind of a trash bag matchup and it sucks. But like, Jackie is actually fun to play and Baraka is not. Uh-oh. Did you get DC'd? Oh,
Okay.
Oh, there you are. There you are. I'm just saying that there are some characters that are just really, really boring to play, and it's not even that they're boring to play because they're not my style, right? Like, I have fun playing RoboCop. Zoning is not my style, but RoboCop is fun. You know, it's like I have fun playing Noob Saibot. He's not really my style, but Noob Saibot is fun. But you look at a character like Baraka or Shao Kahn, and it's like, where's the fun? Like, I don't know. I feel the same way about Sonya. Like, where's the fun? Where's the tech? Where's the juice?
Baraka's fun only comes in Spineburst. Other than that, he's just the most boring character ever. I don't understand how people can play him with Gutted.
Even with Spineburst is still boring. Well, Spineburst, I think, is boring unless you're trying to do, like, the mid-screen optimals and stuff like that. Spineburst is only fun because it's an execution check. So if you like practicing combos in practice mode, I could see Spineburst giving you a little bit of entertainment.
No. Spineburst is also good in pressure. Like, it's plus on block, and it gels after 4-2-1.
Yeah.
Actually, no. It doesn't gel to the point where when it's plus, it gels by your -4 if it gels. I believe, or -2 if it gels. If it doesn't gel, you have a chance of being either -1 to +1 on block.
Yeah, but the problem I have with it is it's still kind of a like boring play style to me. Like Spineburst, like, I mean, outside of the combos, it's still just another move you kind of spam that's really, really good. I don't like spam. And I feel like Spine Burst, like, you could just kind of spam it. Like, there's no thought behind it. Like, oh, did they move in? Spine Burst. Did they jump? Spine Burst. Am I pressuring them? Spine Burst. Oh, they're in the corner and I want a combo? Spine Burst. Like, I don't like...
Right.
That's the thing is, like, I look at characters that have, like, moves that are, like, singular moves that are just fucking spammable. And I don't really like that. Like, even characters... You look at, like, the top tiers... Outside of Cetrion, like, Fujin, he's top tier, but he has to use all of his moves. Like, you don't see Fujin spamming. Like, he's not just sitting there doing back 1 and, like, or back 2 and forward 3. Like, they're very strong tools, but he uses the back 1, he uses 1-1, he staggers with 1-2. Like, he uses all of his tools, so he's not spammy. It's just that all of his tools, when put together, create this monster. Whereas Baraka, it's like, it doesn't matter what you equip. Like, if you equip, like, one move that's, like, good, that's your match. Like, that's it. That's how I'm playing it, you know? It's like with Sonya. It's like, it doesn't matter who I'm fighting. If I can spam onion rings, I'm good. If I can't, then I'm not good. And that's... I have problems with certain characters. I think certain characters just need complete overhauls. And not to become good or competitive, but just to become fun. When you look at, like, the characters they've released as DLC since the game, all the characters that are really boring are, like, base roster characters. And all the characters that are fun and exciting are, like, DLC characters, except for, you know, Cetrion, Jackie, and Liu Kang. But you look at, like, the DLC characters, like, Rambo, he's not considered top tier, but fuck is it, he is fun to play. Like, doing grab mix-ups and Claymore setups, like, there's fun shit to be had with Rambo. And it's like, what's the fun shit with fucking Baraka? Like, this, I don't see anything fun.
I disagree with that. The Baraka isn't fun, but I mean that just comes down to taste.
Yeah, I mean, you like, there's some tech with, like, spine burst and whatnot, but I mean, I don't know. I feel like it's kind of a spammy move. It's just, it's not a spammy move. I think it's just got too much. It's got too much utility. Like, that fucking thing does everything. Like, what does it not do? And, like, that's, to me, that's, like, boring. That, like, I have one move that just does everything.
It isn't a mid. You have to follow this block to even have a chance to beat it. And it doesn't reset neutral to be plus on block like Cetrion's Tornado.
Yeah, but I mean, like, and again, I don't like Cetrion's whole play style of everything into Tornado. But, like, even that isn't what makes Cetrion good anymore. Like, we've known about the Tornado for a while, and we all thought it was cheap. But the fact that she can have Teleport and Tornado, and what is it? She can have fucking Tornado and the Ground Pound and the, like, it's the fact that she can have Tornado with shit that's, like, stupid now. Like, before, when it was just Tornado, and it's like, okay, that's all that variation has. She's got that dumbass fucking buff shit that isn't really all that good. But, like, she's got Tornado, and it's really broken, but that's the variation. Now it's like, oh, well, she's got Tornado, and it's really broken, but she also has other shit. And that's, to me, what makes Cetrion too good.
Broken.
Yeah, like that fucking Ground Pound, and what's the other one that she's got? Oh, she gets the fucking water on the ground that she can have. Like, Cetrion is stupid. But I mean, going back to, like, the patch, I like that they kind of left it alone. Like, Cetrion's dumb. I don't like fighting her, but I don't necessarily want her to get nerfed. Same thing with Fujin, Joker, Liu Kang. You know, I don't really want these characters, and a lot of people are mad because they didn't get nerfed, and, like, I don't know if I want those characters to be nerfed. Just because, like, yeah, I fucking hate fighting Fujin and Cetrion with Kung Lao, but when I play other characters, it's not too bad. Oh, there goes Kabaling again. But I'm saying, like, the matchups with those characters, if I'm playing someone else, they're not too bad. So, like, there's counterpicks and things that I can do to fight it. Yep, I'm here.
Fuck.
There he goes again. There he is again.
Can you talk now?
I can talk.
I want to see something. It works now.
But I'm just saying that the top tiers are kind of fun to fight against. because they're so fucking stupid and so complete. Like, they're kind of fun to fight against, and I have to think and strategize and maybe even counterpick. Whereas, like, when I fight some of the weaker characters, it's just like, okay, like, this is what I do to beat RoboCop. And it either worked or it didn't. There's no, like, thinking, like, oh, he's going to do this, let me do that. It's like, well, this is what I do. I get in on RoboCop, and I blow him up, and I keep my eye open out for the mid-grab, and just don't let him zone me. There it is. That's the matchup. So I would rather they buff, not necessarily buff characters, but, like, redesign some of the more boring ones and make some of the really cool shit. Like, I feel like this game is so close to being, like, damn near perfect. If they can fix up certain things, this game couldn't be touched. And I think those things that need to be fixed are just, like, getting rid of some of the boring aspects of, like, the base roster.
There are definitely characters that are boring as hell to watch and play and everything. But I don't think it's just the base roster. Like, no one really finds enjoyment in watching Shiva or Robo or, well, a lot of characters like Zindel even.
Yeah, well, because Sindel is just forward 4 overhead and crushing blow scream. Like, I feel like Sindel was, she's one of the characters
Sindel
I've said was my greatest disappointment. Yeah, she was one of the characters that I've said is, like, my greatest disappointment in this game, in that I expected her to be a lot cooler than she is. And she's kind of just lame and boring. Like, I think they tried to make her as, like, this defensive hit-and-run monster that, like, she goes in, she hits you hard, then she backs up, and then she goes in and hits you hard, and then she backs up. But, like, the way they made her do that is so spammy and boring. And, like, I don't like it. She's, like, one of the few DLC characters I'd want them to redesign.
I think every Adenian, other than maybe Rain, carries hard.
You think Katana carries? You think Melina carries?
Well, no, I mean... Oh, yeah, I told you. Fucking
right?
Crosby's gonna
this
come
tardy
and people are
motherfucker!
actually fucking interested in the fucking podcast.
This
but I mean, like, Katana...
You said
Katana
Rain, now he's
carried
mad.
when she had Highborn.
I gotta just
Katana
chime in on the
Katana-
Sindel. Can I just chime in on the Sindel comment real quick?
Oh, man.
So-
no, you're locked into this
so-
podcast, buddy.
I was eating breakfast, my bad.
Hungry motherfuckers. Hungry motherfucker. Go ahead, say what you were going to say. Tardy ass,
so
having
boom.
ass.
So with Sindel specifically, because I like Sindel, but she could be fun with certain things you use. Now, for customs, if you're using Royal Adenian, the one with the low string, that shit is boring, and you're just a pussy if you want to play that shit. If you're using a hair flip, or if you flips up in the fucking air with her hair and shit, you can find some fun in her combos, but it's really, really fun to try to play loud and clear. Like, you could genuinely have a good time trying to do those combos. Just had to throw that in.
For you, maybe, but that's so fucking infuriating to fight. It's an air projectile they can lead to a jump in.
I mean, if I'm playing shit, I don't give a fuck what irritates you as long as I'm having fun playing it. To be honest.
I think that the air stance, like the air build, right, with the air combos, I think is a lot of fun, but it's just, like, her basic shit is so spammy that, like, why would you go through the effort? Like, why would I practice all the execution for that shit?
I personally don't even agree that it's fun.
No, I could see, like, because there's some execution and trying to, like, land a hit from the air with a projectile. That's a unique thing. That's a unique playstyle. No one else plays like that. Like, that is like a air jumping combo fishing zoner. That's unique, but, like, the execution to make that work, to me, is like, why am I going to do that when I can just do forward 4 into fucking haircut? Like, why would I practice these combos when I can just do forward 2?
That's you making a character boring, though.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, like, optimally, like, yeah, okay, you could build this goofy shit for fun and, like, have a good time. But, like, if I'm, like, a Sindel player and I want to win with Sindel, like, why would I spend, months practicing this combo that is a liability? It's a liability. It's hard to do. You drop that shit in a tournament, you're dead.
I feel like cancels. I feel like I can have fun with any character if they have some type of cancel. That's just my opinion. Me and that she could scream cancel. I just like doing shit like that. I know it's gimmicky, it's whatever, but it's fun. It's
I
fun to
don't
me
like
just to do little cancels and shit like that. Yeah. Me and
But
that she could cancel her screen from any string. I just like doing shit like that just to keep the pressure up. So,
but
in my
why would
opinion,
you do that if you don't have to? Like her base
I
kit
mean,
doesn't really require it. Like you can do that and it works, but like why would I risk dropping, this combo or risk getting blown up for this cancel when I can just do forward 4 up 3 and then like, oh, it hit, all right, haircut, Like I could just spam this dumb shit. If I wanted to win, I could just spam the dumb shit and never even have to fuck with any of the good shit. That's the problem with Sindel, is that her dumb shit is just so dumb that like there's no motivation to like explore the character further. Like she has what she needs in like 3 moves, and that sucks. To me, that sucks. Because her design would actually be pretty cool if she had to use like her fly stuff, or she had to use stream cancels. But like right now, like those are good tools, but they're kind of unnecessary. You could win, you could go all through a tournament without doing any of that shit.
I see what you're saying because I was watching Pro Cop and dude he did a couple of air combos with this air move, but he did basically just went off fucking amp screen from half screen, which I think should be a high, by the way. That screen should definitely be a fucking high. But anyway, just
What
amp
screen?
See, I don't have a problem with the
Send
screen
us-
being a mid. I think the screen is
Uh,
fine as it is.
That shit
The
is
screen is
stupid,
just
isn't it?
auto neutral, though. You can't
Exactly.
beat it anyway.
Exactly.
If you jump, you get a crushing blow. If you backdash, you get a crushing blow. If you
That's what I'm
duck,
saying. Like,
you get hit.
But it's a
what I'm
one-time.
saying,
It's a
like-
one-time tool. Like she can do it
But-
once.
this is the thing though. She gets one crushing blow, but if she amps it and holds it long enough, she still could get a full combo conversion off of it without the crushing blow. So
Yeah,
that shit is stupid.
I
So I think that should be a high, to be honest with you.
I think should be a high unless
she.
she burns it. If
I
she
think
burns the
screen
meter,
should be
let it be a
fucking
mid.
punishable,
I was just about to say that. I think it should be a high if you don't amp it, but if you amp, no, I think it should be a high if you amp it. If you don't amp it, it should be a mid.
I think it should just be fucking punishable.
Yeah, I
a
think
lot.
it should just be more unsafe. I don't have a problem with her
Because
controlling
right now,
screen because she
there's
uses that to
nothing
control.
No character can do.
Well, she uses that to control space that she already controls with her other moves. Like it's not like she's doing that and it's allowing her to fight at a range that would be her weakness. Like the scream crushing blow, it's still
my problem with Scream is it's an auto shimmy that wins a new. Actually, no, not an auto shimmy. Sorry, auto wake up. That fucking breaks neutral. That there is no way to counter. That is safe on block for most ranges. Like I doubt Sub-Zero can even punish it at character length.
yeah. If it's like max range, I don't even think Slide can punish it. I think that thing just needs to be.
Oh, not
more.
even max range, mid range. I don't even
Mid-range?
think 4-4 from 4-4 up street range it can be punished.
Yeah, it needs to be more unsafe for the reward it gives, but I don't have a problem. I don't think it's cheap that Sindel has like a one-time 50% combo. Like a lot of characters can do that.
That's unbreakable.
No, a lot of
I don't
characters.
think it
Johnny
should be a
Cage
high,
does
though.
that.
I mean, I don't think it should be a mid. I don't think it should be a mid though. I genuinely don't think that.
See, I wouldn't have a problem with
Yeah,
it
but
being a
Johnny
mid
Cage
if I could
doesn't have-
punish it.
Yeah, but Johnny has to actually open you up.
But
It actually has to fucking. He actually has to be under the 30%. So the match
Yeah.
couldn't just start
with-
and it'll just fucking screams at the beginning. That
with
can't happen.
Sindel.
How
Yeah,
is
but
that
then
any
also-
cheaper than Jackie though? Jackie
And
can
also
get
with-
50%. She could do it
Also with
multiple times.
Sindel.
Yeah,
Also
but she
with-
can't do it off of fucking half screen. Or
Yes, she
actually, no,
can!
not even half screen. It's from full screen.
Fucking leap into combo. Full screen,
Listen,
Jackie
Yeah,
will
but
take
if
all
she
your
gets
health.
fucking 50%
Yes!
unbreakable
This is the thing,
damage
though.
from
This
it.
is the thing. Hear me out. This is the thing. With Jackie leaping in mid full screen and shit, you have options to try to flawless block that. You have options to try to do a quick forward dash to try to, if she's doing a fire leap, you can try to forward dash and get out of it or do whatever. But that screen is going to parry a projectile. It's going to parry whatever the fuck you're trying to do to it, and she's still going to get that combo regardless. So being that she has a crushing blow that's going to parry anything you're trying to do to her, that can't be punished. And if it is going to be punishable only by certain characters, that shit might as well just be a high.
I can't agree with that. I can't, just because it's so hard to, like, it's kind of hard to open up with Sindel without just doing like unga bunga fucking mix up. I think the problem with Sindel should be that she should be easier to punish. All her shit is like really, really hard to punish, and it's like back two is like minus 19, but it's like, how the fuck do you fucking punish that thing? Because you're spending all 19 frames.
14.
Back two is minus 14? I thought it was like minus 19. But it's like you're spending half of your punishment time, your punishment frames, just trying to dash in to touch her. And by the time you get in range to fucking punish her for that shit, which is a meterless low combo launcher, like by the time you get in range to punish it, she already can block. I'm like that to me is like the problem with Sindel, is that like, yeah, let her do what she wants to do. I don't have a problem with her having a 50% unbreakable combo that she can do once per match. Like whatever. Like she has a hard time opening you up without like gimmicky bullshit. I say make the gimmicky bullshit easier to punish and let it rock. Because like, I don't think Sindel is like all that cheap. She's just annoying to fight online. She's a robbery character, but like robbery characters exist in all fighting games.
I'm okay with the
The problem with
50%
Sindel
combo.
is that she's a robbery character that's safe on everything.
Yeah, that's
Sub-Zero
what I'm saying.
Might be,
I'm okay with
might
the
be
50%
fucking
combo.
the best robbery
Hold on.
character in MK11, but he's at least unsafe for 4-2.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm-
It's like, go ahead, ATL.
I'm okay.
Oh yeah,
okay
and
with-
his fuck neutral tool is also unsafe on block, while Sindel's 4-4, while Sindel's 2 fuck neutral tools are safe on block. There's nothing you can do about it.
I'm okay with you getting a 50% unbreakable combo, but the fact that, like I said, it's gonna parry a fucking projectile. It's gonna, like, when you amp that shit is damn near probably a forward dash on full screen. Honestly,
Yeah.
that shit is fucking fire. So I feel like when you amp that, when it's going across the whole damn screen, it should just be a high. I'm sorry, that thing has to be like when you're up close. Now, when you're up close, say if I do a really unsafe string, like for example, Terminator whiffs his running man tackle, then you just do the non-amp screen, you get that pressure blow right there, that mid. Like you actually have to game plan around that, as opposed to just doing back forward 2 amp and just, oh, I got the screen pressure blow now, thank goodness, because you're full screen and you're gonna parry whatever the fuck I'm trying to do from that distance. So I feel like at least let me be able to try to get in with ducks or something. Like I should be able to duck that if it's full screen.
See, I don't have a problem with that
Better.
aspect.
Hey, hey,
My
guys,
thing is
guys,
just there should be counterplay. Like I should be able to call it out. Right now, the problem with the Scream is you can't call it out. So, like, if they make it a high, I would rather it not be a high and just be, like, fucking death on block. Because, like, if it's a high, like, who's sitting there neutral ducking at mid-screen against Sindel? Like, that's, like, death, dude. You're going to eat the overhead. You're going to eat forward 4. Like, if it was just death on block, then I can do what I'm already doing to defend myself. And if she overextends with that crushing blow scream, I can get a punish no matter what. I don't have to call it out specifically. I can still kind of defend against everything she's got.
All right, I'm gonna ask you a question then, Badger, since you said it should just be death on block. Being that you're allowed, man, if a Sindel does that basically that forward dash from full screen, but it's death on block, what are you going to do to punish that?
It's just a bad matchup. Kung Lao don't have nothing to punish a lot of shit. Like, that's just why
I-
Kung Lao is not that good. But, like, me neutral ducking it at full screen doesn't let me punish it either.
I mean, it gives you a chance to at least try to get closer into her to where you could.
If it
try to
was
get
minus a
harder.
billion on
minus
block, I
60
could spend that time dashing in. I could get in if it was death on block. I just wouldn't be able to get a free hit. But, I mean, that's a matchup issue.
Also,
That's not a
maybe-
character balance issue. But, I mean, do you really want to
Also,
be sitting there
depending on
neutral
range,
ducking?
Also, based on range, spin meter burn might be able to punish Scream. If it was
Maybe.
as unsafe as I want it to be.
Like, spin meter burn is not as fast as people think it is. It's kind of not.
Oh,
like,
no. I don't think it's as fast as it should be.
If it's gonna be a mid.
But I just think that Stendhal Scream should be minus fucking 5 billion
Yeah,
minutes.
it should just be
If
minus
it's
a
mid,
billion.
If it's gonna be a mid, you should at least be able to jump it. You should at least be able to. It shouldn't hit you airborne. Like right when you're at the
Badger,
peak of,
yeah.
right at the peak of your jump.
Badger, you know the fundamentals video, right? The one you posted.
Yeah.
You said every move has can be either low profiled, jumped over, or walked back.
Or
How
block.
the fuck are you
Or
gonna
block.
how the fuck are you gonna low profile, jump, or walk back on the single screen?
No, like it's you can block. Block is still an option. Like you can still block it. Like, the problem I have is, like, she can do it without repercussion. That's the issue. Like, if you're going to make it a high, fine, but that would make her more irritating to fight, because then you're going to be neutral ducking and walking a character with, like, a 14-frame fucking half-screen mid. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know if I'd want to fight that where the mix-up is fucking block or neutral duck from fucking half-screen. Like, think about Jackie. No,
like
if they made it
block out there though.
No, but think about it this way.
Little...
What you're suggesting is that it turns that move into like fighting Jackie before dash punch was punishable, right? Because she would get into range where it was back two or dash punch, and she got in, and dash punch was safe, but it was a high, and back two was safe, but it was a mid, but like it wasn't, you know, as good as dash punch. Like you couldn't get a crushing blow on a counter hit or whatever. So basically, when you fought Jackie and you got into that back two range, you're like, oh shit, like I'm at a 50-50 now. I have to either block, in which case I eat the back two, and now she's in, or I neutral duck to blow up the dash punch. But if I neutral duck and she does back two, now she hits me and she's in. Like, do you really want Sindel to play like that? I would rather it be like Jackie now, where it's like I can block, and if you do back two, I blocked it, you're safe, but I didn't get hit. And if you do dash punch and I block it, you're dead. I'm fucking hitting you. And I would rather it be that way, to where I can defend multiple options instead of having to choose a specific defense that you could beat.
Dash punch and scream isn't comparable in that sense, because for one, when Jackie does dash punch, she's coming right to you. When they'll scream, and she's just going to be at that.
But what I'm saying is defending it would be the same. Like, I would approach my defense the same. My defense would be, okay, I'm at scream range, and it's a high, and forward 4 range. So, like, do I block or do I neutral duck? Like, I don't want to do that.
I mean, either way, you're not punishing it. Like, I doubt that Lau can punish it if it was a high from that distance.
Yeah, I mean, like, again, it's not going to help that matchup. But I'm saying if it was minus $1 billion on block, at least I had, like, maybe I can't punish it, but I can get in. Like, I would rather that than neutral duck. And then after the move is recovered, like, if they're going to make it a high, then it needs to have, like, 1 billion recovery frames. So that way, if I neutral duck it and I take that risk, I can, like, get huge. Like, think about like Spawn's, like some of Spawn's moves, where like if he whiffs that shit, like you have all day to walk in and hit his ass, right? So if they were gonna make Sindel scream a high, it would have to have 1 billion recovery frames, because like there's no way I would want to just fucking neutral duck that and then she recovers, and then now I've gained no reward for making that read, considering how risky a neutral duck is, right? I made the read on the neutral duck. You did your thing, you recover, I recover, and I got nothing. It's a wash. All I did was, like, not get hit on a move that rewards you with half of my health if you hit me. So, like, so that's what I'm saying is I would rather it be negative, more negative on block. Like, that way at least I get the reward of walking in. If it's just a high, it depends on when it recovers. If it recovers too fast, it's like, oh, it's a high, we nerfed her. And it's like, yeah, but I still don't get anything. I don't even get to walk. At least if it's negative on block, I'm blocking at that range anyways. I get some reward, which is I can go in. I can move, because Sindel makes it to where you can't move.
It could be a simple fix to that, honestly. If they make it a high, just make 4/4. If you flawless block it, you can't cancel in a 4/4 up 3.
I don't know if I would like that. I don't know that I would like that. Forward 4 is unseeable.
And 4/4 is not even reactable enough to be.
I'm not saying it is reactable, but I'm just saying if you're neutral ducking for screen from that fucking distance, you could just get a fucking lucky flawless block out once in the fucking blue. It was the same thing with Jax once he had that fucking once his fatal blow was a mid. To be honest with you. It was the same stupid shit.
Yeah, Jax's fatal blow being a mid was dumb. But, like, I don't have a problem with forward 4. Her forward 4 up 3, it's annoying, but it's designed to be annoying, but her payoff on it isn't all that great. And if somebody can hit confirm off a forward 4, which if you're a Sindel player and you can't hit confirm off forward 4, then you're not a Sindel player. You just kind of suck. But, like, forward 4 up 3, it's annoying because she moves in and out really quick and there's nothing you can do about it. But if she does forward 4 up 3, and just lets it rock, what does she get, like fucking 50 damage? Like, that shit doesn't really give you a whole lot of payout. So, like, maybe just, like, people that are complaining about forward 4 up 3, it's like, just be patient. Like, she can do it, but, like, even if she does it and it hits, it's not like she gets a lot out of it. Like, the problem is forward 4 hit confirming
Dude.
into fucking haircut. But like blocking forward 4 up 3, I'll block that shit all day. I ain't scared of that. Like, and you're not gonna shake me.
dude,
You're not gonna make me get
Sindel
mad.
against fucking Miracle. All I did was 4 up 3.
Yeah, and it took him
And
forever to
he
beat you.
struggled.
It takes forever to beat someone if that's all you're doing. Like, it's not, like, it's a good move, but it's not that good. Like, people are talking like forward 4 up 3 is like this broken thing, and I'm like, dude, you just block.
Tell me one thing forward 4 up 3 doesn't have, or doesn't do. Sorry,
It doesn't hit very hard.
it still hits for 15%. Yours, Kung Lao's 412 hits for 9%.
Yeah, but I get better shit off of my forward 1-2. I get a pretty good long knockdown with lots of frame advantage. So like I get the option to go for a meaty or back up or do whatever. Like I get shit I can do off forward 1-1 or forward 1-2. With Sindel, it's like she does forward 4-3. What does she have? Nothing. She gets nothing. She gets like a little bit of damage, and now she's like back out of range and has to like work her way back into range to land that shit.
No, not even close. She can fucking scream or do the fucking scream crushing below you, or she can do the.
But we're not
scream.
talking about scream. We're talking about forward 4 up 3.
Yeah, but you can't look at a.
4 up 3 resets the neutral, where scream 4 up 3 resets.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, we've already said, we've already established that scream is the problem. But if scream were fixed and wasn't stupid, like forward 4 up 3 wouldn't even be that big of a deal. And that's why I'm saying I don't want it to be a high, because I don't want to sit there and have to guess between forward 4 and scream. If it were a high, I'd have to guess. If it's just negative on block, I don't have to guess because I'm going to be blocking mids all day anyways. And at least it's like if it's death on block, like, okay, forward 4 up 3 is safe. But if she does that fucking scream,
if it's not,
I can touch her.
If it's not going to be a high, if it's not going to be high, you should at least it shouldn't catch you airborne at your highest peak, in my opinion. It should either, like I said, it should be one or the other. Just my opinion.
I agree that it shouldn't catch
really
jumps.
Catch you airborne right at the peak of your jump.
I agree it shouldn't catch jumps. I agree with that. I'll co-sign that.
4 up 3 while breaking neutral and still being very good opens up for other broken shit from far screen.
Sindel doesn't break neutral with forward 4 up 3. She doesn't break it. She just plays her neutral. No, she plays it from a further range, but she still plays neutral with it. She's using it to control horizontal space. Like, you just have to play that matchup from further out. People think that neutral is like, oh, I'm like range 2 or 3, and it's like, that's not neutral. Neutral is neither of us have an advantage. So up close, like, if I'm playing a zoner and I'm up close, like, me and us have no advantage. Like, forward 4 up 3 doesn't break neutral. It just is a hard neutral tool for certain characters to deal with. Trust me, I know. I'm Kung Lao. I have a hard time dealing with that thing. But I don't think it breaks neutral. I don't think it's that good.
To not break neutral up close when it fucking low crushes down pokes.
And whatever. That's matchup knowledge.
And it also auto shimmies.
It'll low crush down pokes, but you could jab her out of it. It's 14 frames on startup. If you read that she's going to do it, then fucking jab her.
If it's 14 frames?
Like, Sindel is not doing that at fucking low poke range. Like, maybe at down 4 max range on certain characters, yeah, but like if she's at like down 1 or down 3 range.
What Sindel you're playing, but every Sindel is just abusing that up close and mid screen.
So then start pressing jabs. Start doing jabs. You have a counter, use it.
I'm fucking gonna press a jab and interrupt it when I'm -7 on block.
Well, then don't be -7. Look for a flawless block. You have options.
Neutral. How the there isn't a flawless block. You can up 3 I guess.
I'm saying block.
But not only is it fucking hard because you don't follow block the second, so you're block. So you're maybe not even able to pull this block up to it.
But so you're saying what if, and you can do what if all day. I'm saying this move has a specific
I'm not
counter.
saying what if. I'm just saying the 4 up 3 up close and mid screen after -7 just has no counters. Like,
yeah, the
if
counter is
she
block.
does 4 up 3, she won neutral.
It's a low risk, low reward move. The counter is block. I don't have a problem with move.
Low risk.
Yeah,
it's
it is very
low reward. She literally wins neutral with that.
She does not win neutral with that.
She is in range 3 where she has a low fucking fireball thing while also having scream. She wins neutral.
I don't think that she wins.
And you can't get in after that because she has 4 up 3.
I don't think that she wins.
Because her down 2 is fucking insane.
I don't think she wins neutral with that. I think that
I think that
or you don't block. I think she can win neutral with it, but I don't think it's an automatic neutral tool. It's not like Garrus where like I can't do anything because I might get hit with this move that I have to crouch block. You know, like, so your crouch blocking is like the least mobile option you have in the game. Like, even standing blocking, you can still wave dash. Like, I don't think that back or forward 4 is like really all that cheap. I think it's annoying, but I think people need to just play the matchup more patiently.
Okay, then why don't you play fucking Garrus' matchup more patiently then?
Well, because
Garrus' look. Garrus' low sand is nowhere near as good as forward 4 up. Yeah, it's good. It does good damage, and it is so low. But there are options in dealing with it, and it is unsafe.
Unsafe if he does it at point blank. It's only unsafe at point blank. It's not unsafe all day. It's only safe at point blank. You know, like range 2 or better.
No, not even that. Some characters can.
Who's punishing that shit at range 3? Liu Kang and Sub-Zero. Like, you can't use that as the standard.
Okay, then get in a range 2 by jumping over it or low blocking and then walking forward by playing patiently, as you said.
But I'm saying that low blocking, like that being the only answer, is very, very restrictive. Like Sindel's shit, you can fucking react to the low. You can react to low shot, and then you can stand block to walk in on Sindel, and until she gets in a back 2 range, you don't have to crouch block.
If you're saying that his low stand is restrictive and you only have to low block it, then Sindel has that low fucking stand, but it isn't a fucking low stand that was instantly. It has an animation at startup. It's just a low screen. Only problem is a low screen has fucking travel distance.
Yeah, but you can react to low scream and jump over it, and now you've moved in.
Nope.
Yeah,
nope.
You can.
She can happen. And the after frames on it anti-air you.
Okay, so she spent a bar. Like, I'm fine with her spending a bar to keep you out. That's zoning, right?
Yeah, but on a jump, you don't even need. If not only is it not really needed for a jump anti-air, because there's still a chance she can anti-air you with the normal one.
Yeah, but you're talking about on a hard read, dude. Like, if she throws out low scream and I fucking jump over it, you can react to low scream. I jump over fucking low scream all the time. I jump over the amplified low scream all the time. Like, there's a counter for
You're
it.
Fucking wow. You have a dive kick.
Yeah,
or you have teleport for Molina.
Well, because that's what my character has. But like, if I were playing a character that didn't have dive kick, like, it just makes it easier for me to get in. But you could just neutral jump it. You don't have to move forward. Like, there's a counter for it.
Okay, so basically what you've done is jumped over it to avoid ship damage while not being able to move forward. Because now you're in the same place where you can just do it again.
Again, you're bringing up problems that are like symptoms of the greater problem. The greater problem is there's nothing you can do about Scream. Like, all of that shit isn't really that big a deal if she doesn't have the threat of Scream, right? Jumping over low shot isn't that big a deal, except Scream can fucking crushing blow if you're in the air, right? That's the problem. The problem isn't low shot, it's the Scream. And we've already discussed that.
The problem is all three put together. That's the fucking problem.
All of it together, but if you take out the fucking Scream crushing blow,
opens up with Scream and low Scream no matter what, if you block it or not.
But I'm saying,
even if it fucking lives, there's no way you're whip punished.
But if you fix the Scream, right, you make the Scream easier to deal with. All of those things aren't that big of a deal.
Then she still has 4-4 up 3 and low Scream.
Okay, 4-4 up 3. You're gonna win matches with just 4-4 up 3 and low Scream, like?
Yeah. Because that's what fucking happens all the fucking time.
I don't think so. Maybe online in lag, but like, dude, nobody's gonna win fucking pro comp.
How the fuck are you gonna play Outpoint right now?
It doesn't even matter. Right now, it doesn't in fucking high level play. Nobody's getting top 8 in pro comp with forward 4 and low Scream alone. It's just not.
Fucking Eva got fucking Titanium Tigers got top 8 by only stomping.
Yeah, well, stomp. Okay, that's a different discussion entirely. But I'm saying, like, forward 4 and low shot is like that's not winning fucking big time matchups. Like, it's annoying. I admit it's annoying. It's really cheap, but like, I don't think it's anything that like she needs to be nerfed over. I agree that Scream needs to be dealt with. Like, that thing is stupid, but like that other shit. Like, if I have ways of dealing with it, then I'm fine. I'm fine if I have a way of dealing with it. And I feel like and that shit, forward 4 and low shot is so oppressive to Kung Lao. Like, that shit is so annoying to fight.
Low shot
But
is
I have
also
ways
safe
of
on
fighting
block,
it.
by the way.
What's that?
Low shot is safe on block. Low shot is safe on block. Up close.
That's fine. It's slow as fuck.
So now,
like-
so it's online.
yeah, but
The meta right.
okay, so she
online.
can
You
do a
can
low
go off
shot.
of
Like, I'm crouch blocking most of the time at that range at point blank anyways. It's not like she has, like, fucking...
The Sindel can do back. What is it? The back 3-4.
But see, now we're
whatever.
getting back into what if. Like, look at the move in a vacuum and then decide from there.
How can the? Okay.
Because you could do what
can't look
if
at a move in
forever.
vacuum.
That's literally
Because
just
looking
play
at a
the
move
game.
in-
No, you
Looking
could
at
do...
a move in vacuum makes Sindel's fucking Sechian's teleport not as good. Because Sechian's teleport is good once you consider that she can do it in the air while also having Hell's Wrath. They have the same animation.
Yeah, but see, Hell's Wrath isn't the problem. The problem is the teleport. And that's what I'm saying is, like, you're, like, bringing up every fucking move, and I'm like, that move isn't a problem until you add Scream. Like, what do you want, Sindel to just be deleted from the game? Like, that's what it sounds like to me when I hear all this anti-Sindel complaining, is like, they just don't want her in the game. Like, I just don't want a character that does this, and I don't want to fight it.
Broken brain dead shit in the game.
Yeah, but the thing is, you take away the
I can
Scream,
build the next
you
to
take
be
that
safe.
away, and everything
can
else
build
is just not that good. I'm just saying,
How
if
the
they
fuck
took away
is Scream not
Scream,
good?
sorry,
How the fuck is 4-4 up 3 not good? How the fuck is Scream not good?
again,
How
your
the fuck is that?
forward 4 up 3 is not that bad if she doesn't have the threat of the 50% crushing blow Scream that she can throw out there. Like, forward 4 is good, but it's not like...
After using the touching blow.
I think Fujin's shit is worse than forward 4 up 3. I can deal with forward
I
4 up
don't.
3. You don't think that Fujin's forward 3 back 2 bullshit from even further out than Sindel? Like, Fujin can be played further out than that. You don't think that that's more bullshit?
No, because Fujin's shit doesn't low profile. Actually, at max range, no one's gonna use poetry, but doesn't low profile fucking projectiles. And his at max range, at his range 4, he only has back.
See,
forward
but
one.
you're not
Once he gets to
talking about the
range
one
3,
move. You're talking about like a combination of moves.
Yeah,
Like,
but
you're
I'm talking
saying
as
that
a
you
whole
don't want the...
collective. No
Yeah.
one's gonna fucking play Fujin and say he's good because he has 4-3.
Exactly. This is the
Forward
point
2
I'm
alone
making, is
not
that you
good.
just don't want
And back
Sindel in the
1 alone
game.
is all good. And back 2 alone is all good. And the projectile alone is all good.
I'm just saying that
Fujin
you
is
just
good
don't want
because the
Sindel in the
collectiveness
game.
of his
Like,
moves make
every
him good.
move... But all I'm getting from what you're saying is that every move she has is a problem and that they need to be removed. And I'm like, wait, if you remove
No,
all of
I'm
her moves,
saying
the
3
character
moves
doesn't
are
exist.
good. I'm saying 3 moves are good. I'm saying 3 moves break neutral. I'm saying 3 moves she has break neutral while also being safe on block. While other characters that might not even have fucking break neutral, and some characters only have 1. Fucking Sub-Zero has a slide, but at least that fucking slide might low profile shit, but it's unsafe on block.
Okay, so then what do you suggest? Just delete the character? Because if you change all 3 of those moves, she basically doesn't exist.
I suggest.
So you just don't want Sindel
Scream
in the
is
game.
punishable on block. I suggest forward 4. Actually, yeah, fuck forward 4.
If they
I'm
made
kidding, though.
Scream and
Forward
forward 4
up 3
punishable, if they made both of those punishable, then she can't do anything in the
Forward
mid-range
4 up
without taking a risk.
minus 20 on block. That way,
Then she has
you can't
nothing
punish
she
the
could
forward
do
4
at mid-range. She just basically, you deleted the character.
She does. She does.
What
she
is
has
she at?
Scream.
Oh, she has
fucking
a
Scream.
she has a move that she has to equip that costs meter to be
Wait a
fucking
second.
fast.
Wait, let me finish before you critique, okay? I make forward 4 up 3 be minus 20. I let charges punish it, but nothing else. Yeah, there are some normals that can still punish it, but whatever. Same with back 1-1-2, 2-1-2 with Fujin, but no one's saying that's safe on block. Right. That's right. No one's punishing it online, I mean. You get in so that she can't use Scream or the low gunshot. If they do that, another nice change will be Scream being punishable. But if they don't do that, I make Scream even more punishable on block. I make it minus 15, actually no, not 15, minus 17 on block. If they do forward 4 up 3 as minus 20 on block, or something like that. They can play around with the frames.
Here's the deal: if you made forward 4 up 3 minus a billion on block and make Scream super punishable,
I'm not making a billion on block.
4-4 up 3 has huge pushback. There's no character that can punish it outside of charges. And
Yeah,
maybe Fujin of back in 4-3 gimmicks.
but what I'm saying is, like, if you remove that tool and make it easier to punish for everybody, then Sindel, basically you're turning Sindel into a long-range Shao Kahn. In that nothing she does is safe, so everything is a roll dice, everything is on a bunga. Like, you're basically nerfing everyone down to be Shao Kahn.
Yeah, but unlike Shao Kahn, she has a safe special, as in back 4-3 meter burn, which I wouldn't change at all.
So, like, basically, unless you equip this move and spend bar, she's Shao Kahn from, like, further back. I would rather, instead of nerf everybody to Shao Kahn's level, I would rather buff everybody to be, like, Cetrion's level. Because Shao Kahn isn't fun to play. He's fucking boring, right? If they made him interesting...
First of all, I don't agree with Shao Kahn is unfun to play. I think it's really fun. That's why I picked him up. Second, the problem with Sindel I have right now is that I don't care that she has broken shit. If she had broken shit while also being fun, it would be good. Like Fujin. I think Fujin is really well designed, and there isn't really that big of people saying they should nerf him because he's fun as fuck to fight against. Fighting Sindel is really fucking boring. You only have to sit and block. There's no moving forward because of whatever you do, you have a chance of getting crushing blow for 50%. It's also really fucking boring to play as because all you do is 4-4 up 3 into Scream or back 4-3 meter burn. Yes, I will make it so that back 4-3 meter burn is essential for her. But there are other characters that have essential shit that are already designed into their gameplay where not you want it. No one is saying that Cole isn't a grappler, but Cole's command grab is a custom move list. You can't play Cole competitively without a command grab. You can't the same way you can't play characters like Cetrion without having teleport or tornado. I mean, you can still play her, but like she won't be as good. Those are essential moves from the game plan.
If that's the case, then some of those moves should just be universal. They shouldn't be a variation move. But, like, and again, I've said Kodal should just have his command grab, period. I don't think it should be a variation move anyways.
Okay, so let's add every good variation move to the base kit.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that, like, Sindel does, like, if you fucking make it to where, like, her best tool is, like, trash unless she grabs this move, like, all you're doing is making the character worse. I don't think Sindel needs to be worse. I think Sindel is fine. Like, she's irritating to fight, but some characters are just irritating to fight. She's boring, but some characters are just boring. But, like, I don't think that Sindel... I think Sindel plays unique enough because she's basically Sub-Zero from ranged. I think that's unique enough to where, like, I think that there's a place in the game for that.
Okay, she's unique in the fact that she's boring as fuck to play and play against.
Not really. I don't think that she's boring to play against. I don't find Sindel to be boring to fight.
I mean, if you have fun sitting back, blocking, in fear of 50%.
You're talking to literally the guy that spends most of matches blocking. I don't have a problem with blocking.
For 50% for backdashing.
Like,
You're not gonna have fun.
But I mean, I don't care that there's a character that, like, to counter her is blocking. I don't see that as a problem. I don't see blocking as boring.
You don't counter her by blocking. You counter her by blocking, and then you're still blocking.
No, not really.
You counter Sindel by going forward and then hammering her with good offense. The only characters that are top tier have.
Yeah, and she's a defensive character. Okay, we've already established that those characters are bad, but I'm saying what's wrong with having a character you have to defend? What's wrong with having a defensive character that's countered by having better defense? Because that's Sindel. Sindel is a defensive character who you beat by being better at defense. And, like, I think that's a cool gameplay mechanic. I think that's a cool design.
The moment you lose your turn against her, you're automatically put to block for the rest of the round. No. Once you get in, you're good. Oh, come on. Yeah, you're gonna fucking down poke her after being -7. Her 4-4 is 14 frames. Your fastest low poke is 7.
If you make the read, you got to make the read. Like, there's like if she does forward 4 and doesn't do the up 3, and I make the read, I can poke her out of it. There's a counter. Use it. I don't see the problem.
There's no reason not to do 4-4 upstream.
Well, there's a lot of reasons. Maybe you want to go for a grab. Maybe you want to go for jab pressure. Maybe you want to go inside because your opponent is blowing you up from full screen, and you're like, fuck, I can't sit here and just defend all day like I normally want to do as Sindel. I got to go in. It is a bad matchup for Sindel. That's fine. There should be bad matchups.
If she has to get in. But she doesn't have any bad fucking matchups that aren't top tier. Fujin, Jackie, Liu Kang. Those are the characters to beat her.
Okay, so then what do you want? Do you want Sindel to be nerfed so that way she has a harder time fighting those characters than she already does? Because that's what it sounds like. You can't have your cake and eat it too. If you nerf Sindel, she's going to be worse than she is. And she already struggles against the top tiers.
Wait. What I'm gonna say is that what I just listed were just the nerfs I want her. I want her to get reworked, not this.
Okay, that's different.
I don't want her to be not fun to play against.
Okay, so then what do you want Sindel to do? What is her play style that you prefer? Because it seems like
a puppet character in MK11.
It seems like that she just isn't a play style that you enjoy to fight or play as. But like that's a stylistic issue. I don't think that that's a balance issue. There are characters I don't think are fun at all.
There is no person you're gonna find there that says she's fun to play against. Even fucking Sindel main say she's boring to play against.
Okay, well then that's an issue with design, not balance. They designed her to be boring, but I don't think that she's balanced, and I don't think she needs nerfs.
I'm gonna change the design.
So that's the problem. We're arguing two different points. I'm saying that she's balanced. You're saying that she needs to be redesigned. I want to rework her. Yeah, rework her. Okay, that's different. I'm just saying you're getting all worked up arguing with me, and you're not even arguing the same point as me. We're making two different arguments, but you're hot-blooded right now. I
want her to be nerfed and removed from the game.
Well, because everything you're asking for is like removing her core play style. That's what I'm saying. Like you want her to be reworked. You want her removed from the game. You don't like how she plays right now. Look, you don't want that play style in the game. I haven't changed my position. I've been pretty consistent in saying it sounds like you just don't want Sindel in the game. How she plays right now, you don't like, and you don't want it in the game.
Yeah, I guess I don't like it, but who the fuck does?
I don't.
Tell me one person you know that likes how.
I don't have a problem with Sindel.
Fighting against.
I don't have a problem.
Yeah, because
with
you're fucking lame. You steal turns for no reason.
I do what? You broke up.
Turns for no reason.
Yeah, because I don't give a shit. No, I don't even use orbiting hat anymore. I dropped that shit. It's all about Z hat
the last
these days.
time you fought a Sindel? Is that when you had an orbiting hat or when you had a great loud?
With orbiting hat, that match is fucking AIDS. Because I have no options to get inside. With orbiting hat, yeah, if I get in, she's mine. Like, I'm going to run this. But, like, getting in is such a fucking headache with orbiting hat. That's why I don't use it anymore. Like, you can't.
Yeah, you actually have a way to win against her. You get in.
But, like, no, like. But that's what I'm saying. That's a matchup issue. You just don't want to fight a character that's defensive from half screen. That's what it sounds like to me, is you don't want to fight a character that basically defends from half screen. Not zones, but defends. Like, she's all defense.
I wouldn't have a problem with that if this game wasn't so neutral-based. The way... I fucking played that character in Injustice 2. I played Red Hood. You fucking control space from mid-range from space 3 and 2. While not putting out his third box.
I can respect that. If you're saying that you don't want to play a game that's all neutral with a character that's all defense from full screen, I can respect that. I mean, I get that sentiment. I don't agree with it, but I respect that. You don't want to fight somebody that's that defensive from full screen. But I still don't think that there's anything inherently wrong with Sindel. I think that, like, they need to just make her not brain dead, but I feel like some frame data and some, like, damage value changes would make her less brain dead. because she just kind of has a lot of catch-all moves. But I think that there's absolutely space in this game for a defensive character that fights full screen. Like, not many people do that. Like, I have the character select screen on screen right now. Like, who does that? Like, who is very, very defensive from, like, full screen? It's like you have Sindel.
Noob.
Noob isn't. He doesn't fight from as far back as Sindel.
He
fights closer in. He fights closer in. If you build him to be a zoner, like, but from the range that Sindel is at, like, I don't know of too many characters.
Well, I mean, the game is all about picking your own playstyle of characters. Why the fuck wait? Yeah, I guess Noob isn't a range 3 character if he doesn't have slide, and you don't build him as a range 3 character. But okay. What do you think Kotal is? Do you think he's a grappler?
I think Kotal is like an aggressive ranged character. Like, he fights from like range 3 or 4, and he's kind of like a hit and run. I don't think of Kotal as necessarily a grappler. Like, his grab is good, but like Kotal doesn't function without forward 2. Like, he just doesn't. Without forward 2, Kotal doesn't exist. Like, you could make Kotal work without the grab, but you can't make him work without forward 2.
I don't think so. I mean, I agree, but I don't think you can make him work without the grab either. Like,
he won't be.
Forward 2 and keep a grab,
he's not competitive without the grab. He's not competitive, but you can make it work. You could win without grab. You could win without grab. People have done it before. Like, Syzoth beats my ass without fucking grab when he picks Kotal, and he has that weird fucking cat form totem build that doesn't have the command grab, and he still beats my ass. You could win without the grab, but you can't win without 4-2. Like, Kotal he doesn't have anything without that move. He has to have that move. Like, otherwise I wouldn't consider Kotal a grappler. He's not really a grappler. He can be a grappler if you build him as a grappler, but I don't think that there's anybody in this game that's like
the point I'm telling you. The game is made around custom moves. The game is made around custom moves that make the character's playstyle. You can play Noob as a rushdown character, but you can also play him as a zoner.
So what is your argument then?
On as a rushdown character, or a space control character, or a range character, because of the custom moves he has.
I don't see what your argument is. I don't understand. I thought we were talking about Sindel, and then now we're talking about grapplers, and I still don't understand.
Look, what happened is we were talking about Sindel. You said there was no one that played from range 3 defensively.
Yeah.
And I mentioned Noob. You said if you build him. Then I meant to say that.
Yeah, but like Sindel. But what I'm saying is Sindel is built for that. Like you can change up your variation to fight at that range in different ways. Like, do you want to do it with projectiles? Do you want to do it with jumping around, shooting shit from the air? Do you want to do hair flip or whatever? Like, she's built to fight at that range, and you customize how you want to fight at that range. Same thing with Kotal Khan. Kotal Khan is built to fight at forward 2 range, and then you customize what you want to do after forward 2. Do I want to go for grab mix-ups? Do I want to fish for combos? But I start everything with forward 2. And, like, I feel like you can have differing play styles like that, but there are certain characters that are built to be specific archetypes. Like, Sub-Zero is a mix-up character. Like, you could make him have better zoning, but at the end of the day, he's still fishing for the mix-up. And so a character, like the way they've designed characters is they have a core thing that they want to do, and then you have moves that you surround that core thing to help you customize how you do that core thing. It's not like create a character.
Wait.
Like, you're never going to make a zoning fucking, a fucking rushdown 50-50 RoboCop. Like that. No, RoboCop is built to be kind of a zoner, and like he has some like rushdowns. He's got some 50-50s that you can use when you're inside, so that way you can defend yourself and fight there. But he's not built to be fucking Sub-Zero mixing you up all day. He's built to be full screen throwing shit at you. And how you go about that.
Look at the characters that are good in this game. Look at Liu Kang and look at Jackie. And if you want, you can shove in Sechion. They're built to play up close. Their custom moves allow them to play up close.
Okay.
they abuse the variation system, so that what they do is 10 times better than without it.
Okay.
So now, instead of Jackie being outspaced and outzoned, she has a leap that gets her in for free, and Liu Kang, instead of being outzoned, he has a low fireball that makes him also a zoner, while also being able to have a command grab
Okay.
and also a teleport.
So what's the problem?
They they abuse the variation system to be good.
So the
The
problem is
architect
that Liu Kang
the
and Jackie are good?
no. The problem is that they don't have creativity
I think
in
they have tons of
variations.
creativity, dude. Fernando shows me swag with Jackie that
I
I've
mean,
never
no,
even
no,
seen
no. I
before.
don't mean they don't have creativity as in what moves they use. I mean they don't have creativity as in what their playstyle is.
Yeah, because they're built to be a specific. This isn't create a character. Like people to hear customs and they think it's create a character. Like, yo, man, I want to make Spawn that does flips and shit and like teleports and is a rush down like in your face mix up grab monster. Like, no, that's not what he is. Like, it's not create a character. It's custom. It's customize a character. We created the character. You can customize them within these parameters. So, like, yeah, okay,
Yeah,
some
I mean,
characters
I
have the
think
ability to
custom-
play other play styles, but, like, Liu Kang is built to be a jack-of-all-trades kind of character. That's what he's always been. That's been his design from the start. So, like, him being able to do that, to me, that's just Liu Kang doing Liu Kang.
Is here's a character. We made this character, but we're lacking custom moves. Here's a board for you.
Okay, so
That's the way I
then
look.
they need to just add more moves for other characters.
I mean, yeah, that's
I am
great.
a solution person. I
Like,
want to know what is
uh,
your grievance, and then let's come up with a solution. Because sitting here and complaining that Liu Kang is too good does nothing. So like Liu Kang,
I'm not complaining Liu Kang is too good. I'm just saying he's good because because his variation systems allow him to be good.
okay. So
or
then
allow
what
his
do you
people to
suggest
good.
that they do about that?
I suggest that they make everyone else that good.
Yeah. And that I don't that's like that's been my stance all this time, and I think like honestly if like we delete entire play styles because they're boring to fight, like that doesn't like solve anything. Like I don't know. I'm not really interested in like deleting entire play styles just because I don't like fighting them. Like I hate fighting Fujin. I duck Fujins. I don't give a shit. You can call me a bitch ass. I don't want to fight that shit. But I don't think that Fujin needs to be deleted from the game either.
Nor do I think Sindel needs to be deleted.
If
What I
you
said
remove
or
all of
thinking.
her tools, she might as well be deleted. She'd be a whole new character at that point.
I changed frame data on her. I didn't make forward 4 up 3 punishable by every character standards. I made it punishable by certain characters. That way, the characters that can't punish it can get in. If I could, which I doubt is going to happen, if I could, I would change forward 4 up 3 to have less pushback. I would have
But
it
see,
be stable box still.
here's the deal. When you get in on Sindel, she's kind of a cakewalk. So you're going to make it easier to get in on her. And then when you get in on her, you could just kind of do whatever you want, how it is right now. Again, that character's just going to be deleted from the game. Like right now, when you get in on her, she's kind of dead. But she makes it hard for you to get in on her. That's the matchup is if you could get in, I'm going to die, but I'm going to make sure you don't get in. But if it was easier to get in, well, now it's easy to get in, and when I get in, she dies. So you're just deleting the character from the game.
Well, make back forward 3 meter and have huge pushback. Have
Well,
it be like Noob Saiba.
I honestly think that, like I said, they just need to tone down the scream. The fact that she can not be punished or dealt with in any way with a move that takes half of my health, unbreakable. I think if they worked that out, Sindel would probably be less of a problem. I don't really even worry about that. Like that doesn't really scare me that much, but I can see people complaining about it. And like if I were going to do anything to Sindel, that's what I would do is I would just make it to where you can deal with the scream a little bit better. But like I don't want the character removed from the game. But either way, We're at an hour and a half,
I don't
Cabal
want her
Sec.
to be removed. She's just way too good for how brain dead she is.
She is brain dead. Most of the characters in this game can be brain dead. Like that's a design issue. That's not really a balance issue. Like I feel like Sindel is balanced. I think she's fine, but like she may or may not be fun or boring or irritating. But that's a design issue. That's not a balance issue. I don't think Sindel's broken. That's where we started. Was Sindel is broken, and I'm like, I don't think she's broken. Maybe she's boring. Maybe she's not fun to fight against. But like, I don't think she's broken.
I think she is definitely broken. Like she's a character like neutral in a neutral based game.
I guess. I mean, there are other characters that do that as well.
I mean, look, we put up the scenario with the Shao Kahn stream where we fantasized about how we would make him better. We said if Shao Kahn was an MKX or Injustice 2, he would be good. If Sindel was an MKX or Injustice 2, she would be outright trash.
Yeah. So what's the point? What is the point you're trying to make? I'm trying to understand your argument.
I'm saying that that she breaks MK11. I'm saying that the way she's made in MK11 is like a Injustice 2 character.
I don't have a problem with that.
It's painted in a horrible MK11 mess where, yeah, she's an Injustice 2
She's
character
playing
in
a
MK11,
different game. It's the same argument
doesn't
people have
have
about Zangief in
60%
Street
armor.
Fighter. Zangief just breaks it because he plays a different game than everybody else. I think Street Fighter does all right with Zangief.
No, what I'm saying is Sindel isn't made to be an MK11. It feels like she just doesn't play MK11 at all.
That's fine. I don't have a problem with the character being that much different. As long as I have ways of fighting it, I do. Sometimes, depending on my matchup, I don't have good ways of fighting it, but I still have a way.
I mean, look at the characters that are...
What? Hello? Oh, you broke up. Oh, there he goes. Are you back?
now or something.
Yeah.
Something. As my character just went out of the podcast.
Oh,
yeah. She. What I was. What was this thing? I was saying that she plays MK11 in a way that you have to have specific moves that deal with it. And by that I mean specific moves that deal with moves at range 3, like Fujin's back 2 or Fujin's 4-3, or charges.
Okay, that's fine. I don't have
Like
a problem
you
with
said,
that. I don't see that as a bad thing.
Yeah, but it gives Sindel makes Sindel really good. That design alone makes Sindel really good. What the fuck is Kung Lao gonna do about Sindel?
I don't know. I figure it out when I figure out when I'm in the ring with them. I don't have a problem with bad matchups. Bad matchups suck. They're in every fighting game though. Like you just kind of learn to deal with them, like or you just don't fight them. Like I won't fight Fujin if I'm Kung Lao. I don't like doing it. I'm already gonna lose at character select screen. But I don't have a problem with that being in the game because there's other characters. That's just how bad matchups are. Bad matchups exist.
But when the matchups are, but when the matchups are so, the characters in the game play so. How do I say this? So similar. Let's just say, where like Call of Stephanie, or well, shout out to Stephanie.
Shout out to Stephanie. Kind of good in the mid range with some zoning. I mean, that I agree. I agree with that. There's too many characters that are like that. I agree. Right? I've never disputed that.
And the characters that do bad against Sindel are the characters that are kind of good in the mid range with some zoning.
I think that's the issue. Sindel. The issue then is with those characters, not with Sindel. I think the issue is less that Sindel needs to be nerfed and that more characters need to be buffed. I would rather other characters get buffed than like nerf Sindel.
Well, I mean, didn't I just say that I want other characters to be at Jackie and Fujin level?
Yeah, but you also said afterwards make this minus $1 billion and this. And I'm like, dude.
No, 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 no. If that doesn't, if everyone doesn't get buffed at Sechian and Jackie level, that's what I do to do Sindel to normalize the matchups.
If everybody was buffed to Jackie and Cetrion level, and then we did all those changes to Sindel that you're suggesting, Sindel would not exist in this game. She would just be deleted.
If that happened, then Sindel would be in the trash can.
And that's why I'm saying Sindel is fine. Leave her alone. If anything, maybe buff her. If anything, allow some counterplay on the screen. But her general game plan and game style, play style, I'm fine with. I would rather see her buffed up to be able to fight the top tiers better than have her removed. She's irritating to fight. There are characters that are irritating to fight. I'm irritated every time I'm losing. So I don't have a problem with that. I would rather just there be more good characters rather than there be less good characters.
I'm fine with the Sindel. I'm fine with the Sindel playstyle, but I'm not fine with the Sindel playstyle in MK11. You know? I'm fine with it if it was an Injustice 2 or MKX or MK9, but not an MK11.
But see,
that's my point.
I feel you on that, but I just think like there are people that liked Injustice 2 that want a character like that want to play Injustice 2, and they have a character kind of like that. It's Sindel. So you're saying that people that like Injustice 2 should never have anything in MK11 that they find enjoyable?
No, what I'm saying is, I played that character. I played Red Hood. I will never fucking want to play Sindel. What I'm saying is, MK11 is a different game from Injustice 2 and MKX.
Yes, I agree.
There are characters that fit the Injustice 2 and MKX playstyle in MK11.
I agree with that as well.
Like Noob Saibot is basically Injustice 2 character, but fleshed out to be more neutral based, right? And Sub-Zero and Arnold are just playing MKX and MK11, right?
Yeah. So what's wrong with that?
Nothing.
Problem solved.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with that.
There is nothing wrong with MK11 confirmed, people. You heard it from Kabalsack. MK11, nothing wrong with it.
Well, no, there are something wrong. Like fucking.
I'm just saying.
It's mostly the things that are wrong with it are impossible to change.
I'm like just trolling you because I want you to word your arguments a little bit better because it's kind of hard to understand. And I kind of get the gist of what you're saying. No, I mean, I'm saying I understand kind of what you're saying, but I'm trying to make it more understandable for people listening at home.
Yeah, I'm trying to do that as well, but like it's hard for a non-English native speaker or non-native English speaker.
It happens. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Oh, here's Crosby.
Crosby's showing up right at the end of the fucking podcast. We're about to fucking call it.
I just want to say buff Fujin, buff Sechion, and buff Aaron Black.
Oh, fuck off. You've been here for 20 minutes and you get us an end segment.
Ain't nobody trying to buff no Fujin. If there's a character to delete from the game, I'd rather they delete Fujin than Sindel. Because Sindel has titties and Fujin is just Windy Jesus, and I don't do that.
Windy Jesus, though.
I'm a man, okay? Buff the female characters. Buffs for all female characters. Nerfs for all the men. Nerf all the men.
No.
Let's turn this game into Dead or Alive, and it just be waifu titties beating the shit out of each other. You know what I'm saying?
No. There aren't enough big titties in this game.
There needs to buff to the titties. I just established that the titties need buffing. Nobody's arguing that. Titties need to be buffed. But either way.
No, there are people that are arguing it.
Dude,
mostly people with blue hair and are females.
We're at an hour and 40 minutes on this podcast now. I think we're going to call it here. Final shout-outs to your social media, Kabalsack.
At Kabaling MAD on Twitter. I'm posting a lot of Injustice 2 there, so don't follow me.
Yeah. Well, if you like Injustice 2, Kabalsack is keeping that flag waving. Also, he started streaming, and nobody came to his stream. Nobody came to his stream. So make sure to keep your eye on Kabalsak's Twitch channel because he did stream. And if you want to see Injustice 2 shit, I don't know why, but if you do, Kabalsak is your man. Right? Right? All right. And then you can always find me on Twitter, Twitch, fucking YouTube, all of that shit. If you're watching, this is not anybody's first podcast. If you're watching or listening to this podcast, chances are you already know where to find me. But any kind of combination of SoCal Honey Badger on your favorite social media platform, I'm probably there. Don't have any content on BitChute. Maybe I should start posting this shit there too. But yeah, you can find me on Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch, SoCal Honey Badger.
And Patreon.
And Patreon. I don't know, I would consider that a social media platform, but yeah, I'm on Patreon. I got a Discord. We have all that
you
shit.
Can say support us on Patreon. And by support us, I mean support you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we want you to support all of the content creators we feature on the Combat Pack podcast. So go check out Kabalsak. Maybe he'll set up a Patreon himself for Injustice 2 fans.
Yeah.
But that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you, Kabalsak and ATL. Thank you, Kabalsak. ATL, you tardy motherfucker. You were here. Yeah, that was it.
ATL to Cloud Chasing confirmed.
Right. I'll catch you later, Kabalsak.
See ya, man.
All right. That's the end of the podcast. That one went long.